Hey guys, Connor here with Chrome Designs. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today we have part 2 of my graffiti style background tutorial. We've just created the text in Cinema 4D, so now we're going to go ahead and edit the text, edit the background, or make a background, and watch all the pieces fall together and hopefully have a nice graffiti style template for you guys to use as your YouTube background. So let's get started, shall we? We'll go ahead and we'll go to File, Place. Let's go ahead and import the text. I called mine 5A's and delete or something, just so it came at the top, so I don't have to go searching through it, all my files. But no, we'll rasterize the layer while we're there, just make it completely editable. Control T, and just going to scale it around 90 degrees, make it over here on the left hand side. I'm going to scale it down while I'm there, like so, and that is good. So there's the text there. Obviously it's really boring with all the YouTube grayness, which is not what we want, so we're going to go ahead and make the background color black, like so, and we're going to make a light kind of effect. We're going to do this by just going to a brush, and the size I'm using is 1714, and I think this works fine, and I got a color of a nice turquoise kind of blue. And bear in mind, this colour will be darkened through to some secondary effects, so bear that in mind. At least mine will be anyway. Obviously, if you don't want to do it, that's fine, it's up to you. But we'll go ahead and we'll press twice, and we'll get a nice kind of glow going on. In fact, you can maybe even drag it. No, you can't. No, we'll leave it there, that's fine. We've got a glow, and obviously it'll fade to black. Zoom in just a tad. I'm going to zoom in on this side here. That's what we're going to be working on. I'm not going to work on this side, but obviously you can duplicate whatever over here and just apply it to this side. Maybe you can just copy the merged and copy it that way. It's up to you. It'll be a waste of time for me to do it though anyway. But on this little glow, we'll go into the blending layer styles, and we're going to add a pattern overlay. Now I've got this pattern that's a scan line, horizontal scan lines anyway. And as you see here, in fact, I will zoom over here, you see these little lines going across. This gives a nice kind of graffiti effect, I feel. I'm not going to make it, this not going to show how you do it in this tutorial because it's extra minutes. You can just YouTube search if you want, or if you want me to make a tutorial, quick tip or something in the next couple of days, comment in the section below, thumbs up, or things people have already done it. And no, I'll maybe get to that. But anyway, on the Chrome layer text, Cinema 4D, we'll add an outer glow, blend mode normal with a color of black, and we'll really crank up the size. You know, you want it quite deep. You don't, because without the outer glow, it looks kind of standard and boring. So we'll add a bit of depth to it, like so. Okay, and there we go. We've got some nice text going on. And as far as that goes, it's already coming into place a lot with the whole grunge feel. One thing I can do is we're going to add a bit of more shine on this text. Now, we could have done this in Cinema 4D, but getting the whole lightness of it is quite hard. So for this purpose of making a YouTube background, it can be really easy. We'll select the layer, make a new layer just so it comes just above it, and we'll get a square. If you press D on your keyboard, which turns to standard black and white, and X will switch the colours, so white is your foreground colour. We'll go ahead and we'll just make a nice big rectangle covering half of the text, or so, the top half. And that's looking good. I'll go Control T, and I'm going to rotate it just a little bit, just like so. So you're covering that part of the text, and I'm going to make that a clipping mask over the Chrome. So hold Alt and click in between the layers, and you'll see that it overlays onto the text. Now obviously this is not what you want. Even if you lower down the opacity, you'll see that it still looks amateur, and you can tell that it's done off Photoshop in a kind of bog standard way, because what's supposed to be black is now like a light grey. So you want to try and get it so it doesn't include the black, it just goes over the blue. So to do this, you just go to the blending style, and we're going to change it to overlay. And as you see, that will just apply onto the text, and it will leave the black as it is. Maybe even increase the opacity to something about 30%. And so we've got a nice shine there. Makes the text, gives that little something extra to it as well, which I really like. Obviously you can actually use a pen tool and do this if you want to get some kind of curves going on, but that is really down to you. Yeah, just trying to think about what to do next. Ooh, this is the final product that I've created. So we'll go ahead and I'll see these grunge background going on, so I'll go ahead and do that. So I'll go fit on screen, zoom in maybe just a tad. Now if I go to YouTube, make a new layer, not YouTube, internet rather, and if I just type in grunge, like so, and when my internet decides to work, this could be really, there we go, and we're going to type in grunge. I'm just going to go large. Obviously you can use any picture you want. This is just to really amplify the whole kind of street kind of feel. And the grunge I'm going to use this one here. And I'm just going to copy this in. This is a really large grunge file, so I'm going to close that. And I'll make a new layer just above the glow, and I'll command paste it in. You see this fills the whole document, which is a bit too big for our liking, but go ahead and change it to overlay, and you'll see that it just overlays onto the blue glow, which is really what we want. But it's a bit big, so to really get more of the cracks in there, if we literally crank down the size of this actual grungeness layer, just so it fits more, you get more of the aspect in there, more of the little cracks, which means for a good effect. Like so, maybe drag it down a little bit more. There we go, and as you see, that's looking good. Actual pixels, so makes the background look a lot nicer. And one other thing I like to do is, if you see this text here, you see that this has actually got a kind of grunge feel on the text as well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and duplicate that layer, and I'll just put it above the little rectangle that we made above the text, and I'll create a clipping mask on that as well. So it'll just overlay onto the text, as you see there. So that gives a really nice kind of colour. Maybe a bit strong for my liking, even though it does actually look quite good. But I'm going to lower it down to about 80% or so. And there we go, we've got some nice text going on. And as far as that goes, that's looking good. If we zoom out just a little bit, actual pixels, just trying to think about what to do now. We've got these little brushes in the background, like so. So maybe go ahead and do that as a last step. So just in front of this other layer that we just made in the grunge, we'll make a new go to brush. We'll lower down the size to something that suits your suits what you want to do. 32 pixels works okay for me, and we'll go over here to brushes. You can just go to window and go brush there if you don't have it selected, but we'll go in there and go scattering, and these are, I've got scatter at the most, and count jitter on the most, and count on 1. And I'll just go ahead and, you know, just create some nice kind of brush kind of things, like so. Just do a few bursts, because one problem with this, because we're using a large document, problem with this is that the brush will be close together. Even though the scatter is on 100% what it can go to, because it's on a large document, the scatter won't seem as much as, say, use 1280 by 720 pixels. The separation between each dot would be on a greater scale, but that's okay. We'll maybe just create the opacity to overlay, like so, and that calls for a nice effect. You get a nice kind of ambivalent glow going on.